Hello and welcome here to Talking FCB, and yes, I am back for another video, and what I'm going to be doing today, guys, is just going through the performance of yesterday, but just looking a bit more into it, looking for a few more little details and having a look at some of the performances. I like always to wait until the day after to talk about the performance in more detail, because after the game, of course, you get all the post-match interviews, you get a lot of analysis from a lot of the local newspapers, and it just helps you to get a bit more of an idea of what went on the pitch, and of course you can watch the game back, have a look at some clips, and it just gives me a bit of more of an idea of how things are going. And the one player I want to talk about, we spoke about Suarez already this morning, but today I want to talk about Pedro. Pedro has been really under the cosh this season, hasn't he? He's been really up against it. He's coming into the lineup of Neymar, Suarez and Messi. But before that, of course, when Suarez was suspended, Pedro was given his chance. Now, Luis Enrique has been changing his system as the weeks have gone on. He's now gone with a front three, but they can all interchange. There are wide players at times they're all narrow, at times Messi can drop off, and he's got a bit more a flexible front three. At the start of the season, it was more of a rigid front three. You had the two strikers, and then you had Messi playing just behind, and to be honest, that role really didn't suit Pedro. He didn't really like playing as a centre forward. He didn't like playing as narrow as he was. He likes to stay out wide. He likes to drag the defender. He likes the width, and then he likes to cut in and do whatever he likes to do. And yesterday we saw that. We saw that there was able to be a bit more flexibility in the front three. Pedro was a little bit more out wide when he came on, and of course the crossfield ball from Jordi Alba was absolutely exquisite. Landed at Pedro's feet. The first touch, it took me a few times of watching it to understand how good this first touch was. He brings it down absolutely beautifully, and then he kills the ball, and then he's got one decision. He's got to put it to the left of the keeper, or he's got to go for power. Now against Huesca in midweek, we saw him go for power in his finish. He lashed it into the net. This time though, he went for finesse. He showed that he can do all types of finishes. Really good finish with his right foot into the left hand corner, going across the goalkeeper. And watching that goal, it was exactly the same as the goal in the Champions League final. Now what I mean by that is, it wasn't the same type of finish, because in the Champions League final against United, he went to the near post. He beat Van der Sar at his near post. But it was that sort of brush of the foot, it was that sort of caress on the ball that showed the confidence that Pedro had. And if that can get back, if he can get back to that level, that would be incredible for our squad. Because the way he finished that ball yesterday, it was the arrogance, the confidence that Pedro needs. He needs to know that when he's in front of goal, he scores. That was what we used to think. When Pedro used to go in on goal, we used to think, goal. That's it, game done, Pedro's going to score. And now he needs to get back to that level. And there's no saying that he will do it, but yesterday's performance was really promising. It showed a lot of promise about it, because he showed confidence. He showed the ability that he has, and most importantly, he showed his character. Can't have been easy for Pedro to come into this side, having to compete with Suarez, compete with Neymar, compete with Messi. He's having to keep fighting every single week to even get some minutes on the pitch. And I have to be honest, when he was brought on against Espanyol, I was thinking, do we really need to bring Pedro on? I would have left Suarez out there, try and get a goal. But Luis Enrique took the decision. He was bold in bringing on Pedro, and certainly Pedro made his mark. He didn't have long to do it, but when he had the ball, he was good with it. He was good on the ball. He was confident, and he set up Messi's hat-trick, of course. Good unselfish play. He knows he has a great understanding with Lionel Messi. They've been playing together for many years now. He knew exactly where Leo was, cuts it back to him, and a one-touch finish. And it was good to see from Pedro, and really promising signs, because if we can get him on the top form and Suarez on the top form, you've got four forward players there who are really deadly in front of goal. And if you can always bring one off the bench to make an impact, that really is incredible, because if you can have a play like that coming off the bench, especially when the defence is a bit tired, like he brought him on yesterday, Espanyol had been working tirelessly for about 60-70 minutes. He brings Pedro on, and he can expose it with his pace. And it was really good to see yesterday. And I just think we deserve, after a season where we've been very harsh on Pedro, myself included, we've really been harsh on him, but we were only harsh because we know what he can do. We know that he has the quality, we know that he has the skill level, he has the ability to really play at the top level for us, but he needs to keep showing it. He needs consistency, he needs minutes, but yesterday was a very good start, and I hope this is Pedro on his way to coming back. Now, I would love to see that. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. What did you make of Pedro's performance? Do you think that he could re-emerge as this figure that he was all those years ago? It's possible. I'm not saying he will, but it's very, very possible. And yesterday was a very, very good start. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. Interested to hear what you think about that. I'll be back for more videos later on today. I'm going to be going over all of the performances from yesterday and looking at some players individually to see what they brought to the field. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time. Visca Barça!